Donald Trump, come and save Nigeria. We are facing a lot in this country. The terrorism, the Boko Haram, they are killing our brothers and sisters.
After the ultimatum issued by the US president to the Nigerian government to solve the security challenges very fast, or he will be forced to intervene and solve it the United States way, one would have expected that by now protests would have erupted in Nigeria, protesting against the invasion, telling the United States that they do not have power to invade Nigeria and all other sorts. But that's not the reality. As a matter of fact, if there is a protest now, it must be sponsored by the people in power, by the government. Yes, this is simply because if you visit any of Trump's social media accounts, you will see thousands of Nigerians hailing him, urging him to make the invasion fast and invade Nigeria immediately to solve the security challenges. So imagine what the US President Donald Trump will be thinking. He'll be saying, this is a country I'm about to invade and their citizens are begging me to do it fast. That tells you all you need to know. So forget about propaganda and narrative by the government. This is very real. There is Christian genocide in Nigeria, and the Christians, most of the victims, are calling on the United States government to do it fast and come and save them. And most of the politicians working for Trump today, they didn't start today calling out what is going on in Nigeria. A huge example is the Secretary of State. You can see this post he made when he was still a senator. He called out the Kano State government for charging a man for blasphemy. This man is a singer, by the way, but the Kano State government claimed that the lyrics of his song was blasphemous. That was why he was charged. So you can see there are many of them who didn't start out today. They started very early. Even people like Senator Ted Cruz, they've been calling out the Sharia law and many issues in Nigeria. So it wasn't as if they just woke up and started, this is the time to challenge the Nigerian government. No, they've been doing this for a very long time. And they've also relied on many people who researched the issue for many years. Some European journalists, even American journalists, have been researching this the past decade. So they have all the information they need. Forget about the narrative of the government. They are just running helter-skelter because they failed to do their jobs. It's not about rigging an election and snatching it and running away with it. No, you have to do the job. If you can't do the job, you can take the door. Yes, no one forced you to aspire to be president, and now you are there, you have to do the job. The buck stops at your table. So do the job, or the Americans will come and do it and save Nigerians. Now that Tinubu APC administration is under serious pressure from Donald Trump, the US president, they are looking at opposition politicians to join them in speaking with one voice. Yes, they want to use it as a narrative. They want to say, this particular opposition politician, because he's desperate for power, that's why he's supporting the United States to invade his own country. This is a trap. You know, they always see everything through the political lens. We are talking about people dying here. We are talking about the lives of Nigerians. We are talking about people at risk who sleep with only one eye closed. Yes, but instead of them focusing on tackling the security challenges, they are looking at politicians who they would demarket, who they would tell Nigerians, you see, we told you he doesn't care about anything. He's desperate for power. Look at how he threw his country under the bus. Although you might say that Kwankwaso is neither here nor there, the other day in a speech, he made it clear to APC that he's ready to join them if they can make him a good offer, and that he's also ready to join any other southern politician to actualize his political ambitions. So he's not really part of the opposition, because towards the election, Kwankwaso might work for APC or even join them if they make the right offers to him. So with that mindset, he was quick to release a statement calling for unity. We'll see the statement in a moment, but immediately he released that statement, the presidency translated the statement to Igbo or even many other languages, including his photo, thereby posturing that even opposition politicians are united in denying the genocide, in opposing Donald Trump's intention to invade Nigeria. So they set a trap for Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. If they release the statement that is seen as supportive of the government, The presidency would have posted their message also, including their photo, thereby making it seem as if the entire Nigerian politicians across political parties are united in denying the genocide. Also, Kwankwaso was forced to delete the statement he released, partly because of two reasons. Number one, maybe he felt that the presidency using his photo and quoting his statement might seem as if he's now completely in agreement with them. Secondly, and the most important one, was the fact that Rep. Riley Moore, who is working with Senator Ted Cruz to make sure a law is passed against what is happening in Nigeria to hold Nigerian politicians to account, to also hold those who promote Sharia laws in Nigeria to account.
There's a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria, and I sent a letter here just recently, just a few days ago this week, to Secretary of State Marco Rubio to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It's on my Twitter handle if you want to go look at it. Why is that important? If they're designated a country of particular concern, then they can no longer receive security assistance from the United States, which is a polite way of saying arms sales and training, which is currently underway right now with Nigeria. Now, why are we doing that? Because we want them to go out and fight Boko Haram.
Riley Moore quoted Kwankwaso's statement with a screen grab of BBC on the story about how Kwankwaso implemented Sharia law in the year 2000 when he was governor of Kano State. In that message, he said, "Governor, do you care to comment on your own complicity in the death of Christians? You instituted Sharia law. You signed the law that makes so-called blasphemy punishable by death." Immediately he quoted this statement, Kwankwaso's statement on his verified X handle disappeared. Now let's see the now deleted message. Kwankwaso, writing on his verified X handle, said, "I have noted with increasing concern the heightened pronouncements on Nigeria by President Donald Trump. This follows his designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. It is important to emphasize that our country is a sovereign nation whose people face different threats from outlaws across the country. The insecurity we face does not distinguish based on religious, ethnic, or political beliefs. The United States should assist the Nigerian authorities with better cutting-edge technology to tackle these problems rather than posing a threat that could further polarize our country. The Nigerian government should also consider appointing special envoys from its distinguished diplomats to engage the American government. Additionally, it is necessary to appoint permanent ambassadors to represent Nigeria's interests on the international stage. To my fellow countrymen, this is an important moment where we should emphasize unity of belonging over division." Before Rabiu Kwankwaso released this statement, APC supporters spent more time calling on Peter Obi to release a statement questioning his patriotism, questioning whether he was aware that Donald Trump declared that he might invade Nigeria. They spent more time calling on Peter Obi instead of focusing on the man under pressure from the United States government. Peter Obi eventually released a statement. In that statement, he said, "The recent pronouncement by the US government declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern and indicating possible military action should give every well-meaning Nigerian serious concern. There is no doubt that Nigeria is experiencing an unprecedented level of insecurity with attendant carnage and the most shocking loss of lives and property. According to Amnesty International, over 10,000 people have been killed in Nigeria since May 2023, and as I have repeatedly lamented, the unwarranted and unprovoked killing of Nigerians is most condemnable, and all efforts must be made to bring it to a stop. It is equally important to state that the terrible situation is significantly avoidable with competent leadership and governance. While the insecurity did not start with the present government, what is most unfortunate is the lack and absence of competence, commitment, prudent use of resources, patriotism and passion on the part of APC-led government and leaders to effectively govern, galvanize and lead Nigeria where no one is unwarrantedly oppressed and killed. a nation where peace, truth, and justice reign. As democracies, Nigeria and the US have long been strategic partners committed to regional peace and security. That relationship should not falter. The present situation calls for constructive diplomatic and any other plausible engagement by both nations aimed at addressing the prevailing and disturbing security concerns. Both countries must work in concert and expeditiously towards that purpose. When you look at Peter Obi's statement, you can see that he was more critical of APC administration. Unlike Kwankwaso that massaged them and started talking about unity, he didn't talk about unity when Nigerians were crying for help. All the victims of kidnapping, all the people that fell for no reason, all the people their lands were taken from them, all their houses burned to the ground, people that were sacked from their communities, they were crying for help. No one, including Rabiu Kwankwaso, talked about unity. Now that a foreign power is interested in saving their lives and helping them do the job of the Nigerian government, they are all now talking about unity. So you can see that Peter Obi's statement wasn't worthy for the presidency to post on their official handle. That was why they didn't post it. They wanted to use it as a campaign because everything is politics to them. That's why in the National Assembly and the Federal House of Reps, they were even moving a motion on how to counter what is happening through propaganda. Can you imagine? Instead of wasting this time trying to use propaganda and narrative to counter what is happening, what the world is saying about Nigeria, they should have spent that time at the National Assembly to invite security agencies, invite their heads or even their commanders to come and explain what they are doing. Ask them questions. Why has it been difficult for you people to defeat these terrorists? Yes, this is what they should be doing. Don't they watch the US representatives, how they question people when they are invited? Don't they see all this? But instead of spending that time to do the job for which they are paid, they always see everything through the political lens. Let's take a listen.
Mr. Speaker, I seek the leave of the House under Order 8, Rule 5, to suspend relevant rules for me to take this matter of public importance, of urgent importance, on a motion on the need to address misleading international narratives on religious killings in Nigeria and strengthen domestic and diplomatic engagement for national cohesion. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Sharia, second.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My highly respected colleagues, I remain Honorable Mukhtar Tolani Shagaya, and I represent Nigerians starting from Ilorin West, Asa, Federal Constituency of Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the first leg of this all-important motion moved by my friend and brother, Honorable Akala. I so second.
Thank you very much. Those in support of the first leg of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Those in support of the second leg of the motion say aye. Those in support of the second leg say aye.